Good evening. Today I'll be talking about a summary anthology horror I have created, and this is a commentary actually of a international theme for this anthology horror. And the title of this is called Dark Glow. The goal of this commentary is to sell this as hopefully as a full-length feature, or maybe one of the segments could be a short horror movie. And again, I'm only talking about a summary. Hopefully down the road I'll be able to do a full script version of the audio. If not, hopefully we, like I say, hopefully we get a full length or even a horror short out of this. So I hope you guys and gals enjoy Dark Glow. Wraparound Story Zero, which is the wraparound story for this anthology horror, will take place in America. A lost Boy Scout came across a cave of native Indians artifacts, stumbled upon a book of the dead made with animal skin held by a skeleton of a Confederate soldier. The boy picks up the book and got stabbed by a hawk beaks, which is part of the animal parts that created this book of the dead and is attached to the book. His blood opened the book, making the boy in a coma-like state and having visions in each segment of our four stories. Story 1 takes place in India. 5 male on vacation, join holiday, all the way from England. The boat have been shipwrecked on an island around India, occupied by tribal people who were once slaves by the British during their rule. They suffer many torture and suffering because of the British, and each of the tribal members end up dying because of this. Also, one day, a few of the surviving tribal people decided to fight back against their British rulers, and now they don't take kindly to strangers. As each male on the island that have been shipwrecked will be killed in many different ways, and while they're being killed by these tribal villagers, they will also be eaten, as the vacationers have suffered their fate. Meanwhile, in between the wraparound story, the boy will have shaken visions, and also added in, his skin will deteriorate as each vision goes by of each story, pretty much. Now we go to story 2, Mexico. A female baby who have been kidnapped and sacrificed to Satan by a teenage cult, of high school students, 2 male and 2 females. Young high schools pretty much, want power, want to see the power of the devil, they want power, greed pretty much. And that's why this teenage cult will form. But what they don't know, and until they found out, they messed with the wrong baby to sacrifice. And the child, as they find out, belongs to a bruja, which is in Mexico and Latin culture means witch. But the twist is also is that the baby's father is Satan himself. Now, this high school teenage cult is going to have everything backfired on them, as the baby, who is also, of course, guess what? The Antichrist has awakened from his darker side, and the baby is going on a killing spree of revenge and will kill anyone who stands in the baby's way of killing these teenage high schools that murdered her. As the vision goes on of the Boy Scout deteriorating, his skin, his eyes is going down, blood is getting sucked in from the book. As we head to story 3, and this one takes place in Taiwan. A Taoist monk gets hired to clean a haunted house, pretty much to exorcise a haunted house, get rid of evil spirits. But what this Taoist monk doesn't know is that this evil spirit had took so many lives that tries to get rid of it. Now, the only way the monk could get rid of the spirit, he will have to go into the deepest, darkest place in hell itself to stop this evil force. And the more the monk tries to stop this evil force in many ways, the monk will have no choice but to accept evil itself and become a demon to stop this evil spirit. But with one catch. Sadly to say, now the monk is cursed to hunt the same house that he tries to get rid of, and now this monk has become the evil spirit also, to replace the other evil spirit and suffer the same fate by killing other exorcists or people who decide to ascend on the house. Oh no, the Boy Scout is getting irritated, foaming from the mouth even more. His condition is getting worse and worse. As we head to story 4, Africa. And now we have 6 poacher hunters pretty much in Africa, killing animals to sell to the black market, and they travel to one part of the jungle in Africa. As one day they come across the wrong part of the jungle, as these hunters kill so many animals in this part of the area, but with a twist. All these animals are blessed in this part of the jungle by a voodoo shaman, so these animals, if they die a natural death, they can move on to the next life. But with the poacher who murdered and skinned the animals in this part of the jungle, now the spirits arise from the dead and possess each of these poacher with the animals they kill. So now the poacher are possessed with the spirits of these animals, and they will have to kill each other, as one poacher has been possessed by a lion, one from a bear, one from a crocodile, one from a cobra, one from a rhino, and one from an elephant. And as the law of the jungle says, only one must survive, with the last one standing to wonder the jungle's curse. There is an alternate ending I have wrote for this 4th segment, as the alternate ending has, instead of the last surviving member that's been possessed by one of the animals, will have to wander the jungle as a possessed animal that this person kills. In the alternate ending, which is another take of this segment, a shaman will kill the last surviving member so the animal can finally be put to rest. Now we get to the wraparound story, which is the final part, back to America. As an archaeologist comes across the cave that the Boy Scout came across also, he has noticed something, a skeleton also, of the Boy Scout in his uniform attached, holding the Native American Indian version of the Book of the Dead, as you finally found out that, of course, the Boy Scout is dead now, as the Book of the Dead needs blood and flesh to survive, until the next victim can be called upon, which how this Book of the Dead is being fed, and now the archaeologist will suffer the same fate as the Boy Scout. What new stories does this book hold? Will there be a sequel? Only you could find out.